to the channel. Another adventure today. We have had a request for some red shotgun shells. They're doing some sort of diorama involving a police car. They no doubt have a Mossberg in the rear that, and they want red shotgun shells for slugs, but in red and unmarked. Now, that would have been easy ones. I would have ordered them from abroad. No problem. Can't do that anymore. So we're going to have to improvise. Now I have these guys here. They're just box standard clay scrap, sort of clay shooting, sort of leftover hulls. And I'm going to see whether I can get that writing off. And after that, I'm going to see whether I can clean up the petals up here, get them nice and clean, and then we'll put a slug in there and roll crimp it. And that'll do then. That's roughly what they want. They also want some inert primers. I have already made them, they're over here. So the idea here is that it's just a primer, but all the fissile material is gone. So that's at least, I still have those, that's a step saved. So then let's see about getting that off. Now I have two champions here. I have alcohol and I've got acetone. I think we'll start with a bit of alcohol. That's like the less aggressive solvent, and we'll see where that gets us. Hopefully we'll get this stuff off. I have a toothbrush. These guys have little ridges, and I don't think we'll get it out without entering those little ridges. I have to say this doesn't seem to do very much. Is that better? Is that better than what it was? I don't know. I don't know, I'm not convinced. I'm going to try the acetone, see how that does. Hopefully it won't dissolve those shells, but you know, we'll live in hope. Oh, I think that's much better. So, let's see if we get this clean. I think there's still some shadowing. It's going to be difficult to get rid of. See, like right there, you can see the sort of squarish box. So yeah, acetone is definitely the way to go. We'll have to also try and roll crimp these guys. And then that is the end result. That looks good. Next thing, I'm going to see if I can smooth this stuff out, because that looks terrible. Now I know why we're roll crimping it, but I want to have this as clean as possible. So we'll have to experiment a bit. I have a little steel rod here. I think these two will do that nicely. I'll have this old garden knife. That should do the job. Oof. See, I think that looks pretty round. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll have that one. So this is what we start off. This is obviously very crinkled. I'm going to put it on here and I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to see whether we can get this rolled over a little bit, and I think that'll be alright as well. I think we got some reasonable shapes back. We're all reasonable round here. I think inherently where they had the initial crimp, there's always going to be a certain level of weakness there, but overall that looks pretty round to me. Good enough for perhaps a slightly better roll crimp. Okay, let's load these guys up. Okay then, so these are our inert primers. I think that looks pretty good. I'll put them in there and just size them down. I think that looks pretty clean. That looks unfired, doesn't it? That looks very nice. Let's do the others. So here then we have our inert primers. I think that looks good enough. Let's put some slugs into these. Okay, so these are the slugs we're going for. So there we go. One for you. One for you. We'll do one and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so we're now at the drill press. I've set up my gig. Let's heat up the roll crimper. Actually, I think, come to think of it, this is probably 20 gauge. I'm going to change that. Yeah, see, it's just 20 gauge. Let's flip that over. That looks better. In it goes. Bit of heat. Very nice. We're also going to start off with a bit of WD-40. That just helps it get started, you know. It's a little bit less grippy that way. Right. Let's see if we can get a nice roll crimp on these guys. Okay, so here we are then, our shells. That looks pretty good. So yes, perhaps slightly off center. I may not get cleaner results with virgin shells, but it's alright. The sides, they look pretty clean. And I think the primers also look very good. I think that'll be fine. Good, good project. Project done. Time to move on to something else. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.